I bet you've walked right past some of Disney's biggest tricks without even realizing it. You think you're seeing a castle stretching high into the clouds, a mountain that touches the sky, or a simple wall blending into the horizon? But none of it is real. Disney Imagineers are the ultimate illusionists, bending light, sound, and space to make your brain believe in magic. The truth? Every inch of the parks has been designed to manipulate your senses. Even the trash cans have secrets. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 13 invisible Disney illusions. Architectural and scenic tricks so clever that most guests never notice them. Once you see these, you'll never look at the parks the same way again. Which of these secrets will fool you the most? Tell me in the comments, because next we'll reveal exactly how Disney builds illusions your eyes can't resist. Disney's parks aren't just theme parks, they're optical laboratories. Every path, color, and shadow is part of a psychological design meant to control how you feel and where you look. The Imagineers follow 3 core visual principles: color masking, which hides unwanted details in plain sight; forced perspective, which tricks your brain into seeing scale where it doesn't exist; and pathway psychology, which uses curves and focal points to guide your movement without you even realizing it. Take Main Street, USA, for example. The buildings look like full-size Victorian shops, but their upper floors shrink slightly with each level, making Cinderella Castle look taller than it really is. Even the color tones warm as you move closer to the castle, subtly pulling you forward like gravity made of paint. Ever noticed how Disney makes you feel lost and safe at the same time? That's not luck, it's design. And next, we'll uncover the first illusion hidden in the park's colors: Go Away Green. There's a color in Disney parks that you'll never find in a paint store. And that's exactly the point. It's called Go Away Green, a shade so scientifically dull that your eyes instantly ignore it. Disney uses it to hide anything they don't want you to see: security cameras, doors, even entire buildings. Your brain literally skips over them, erasing them from your visual memory as if they weren't there. The color is mixed to blend with surrounding foliage and shadows, sitting right in the middle of your vision's boredom zone. It doesn't pop, sparkle, or contrast, it just disappears. Next time you walk through Magic Kingdom, look near the base of Space Mountain or behind the trees by the Haunted Mansion. Notice that strange green wall you've never really noticed before? That's Disney's invisibility cloak in action. And if green can make things vanish, what happens when blue does the opposite? If Go Away Green makes things vanish, Bye Bye Blue makes the sky itself do the magic. Disney uses this custom blend of pale gray-blue paint on the tops of show buildings to make them dissolve into the real sky. It's not about matching the color perfectly, it's about matching the feeling of distance. Your eyes read it as endless space, so the mind simply erases the border between fake and real. Take the show building behind Soarin' in Epcot. It's massive, almost warehouse-sized, but you'd never notice it from the park's main paths. From ground level, the upper walls seem to fade into the horizon, especially on bright Florida afternoons. Imagine taking a before and after photo from a helicopter. One frame shows a big industrial box, the next shows nothing. That's the power of Bye Bye Blue, but size isn't always what it seems in Disney parks. And that's where forced perspective comes in. Next, Cinderella Castle looks like it could house a royal family of giants, but it's actually only about 189 feet tall. The illusion comes from forced perspective, a cinematic trick that manipulates scale using angled lines and shrinking proportions. Each level of the castle is slightly smaller than the one below it, so when you look up, your brain stretches the height automatically. The same trick appears on Main Street, USA. The windows and awnings on the upper floors are smaller than normal, making the buildings look taller from the street level. This not only amplifies grandeur, but also makes the castle seem like it's miles away, deepening your emotional anticipation as you walk toward it. Light plays a key role too. During golden hour, the shadows on those tiny architectural details create a perfect balance of contrast, enhancing the illusion for photos. Ever wondered why your castle shots always look magical, even on cloudy days? That's Imagineering geometry at work. And while the buildings play with your sense of scale, the ground beneath your feet is guiding you too, in ways you've never noticed. Ever feel like Disney crowds somehow move themselves? That's no accident. It's spatial choreography. Imagineers design walkways, curves, and sightlines to keep people flowing naturally without realizing they're being guided. Curved paths slow you down just enough to admire key icons, while wider sections near attractions prevent bottlenecks by subconsciously signaling, "Pause here." In Adventureland, for example, the paths subtly widen near the Dole Whip stand and narrow near bridge crossings. You're not aware of it, but your brain follows the visual rhythm of openness and closure like a waltz. Even trash can placement helps manage crowds. They're always within 30 steps, encouraging constant forward motion. Here's a pro tip. Follow the curves near the Liberty Square Bridge around parade times. The design disperses crowds so effectively that you'll often find open viewing spots while everyone else squeezes together elsewhere. Now that we've mapped how Disney controls your movement, it's time to see how they disguise boundaries themselves with architectural camouflage. Walk through Epcot's World Showcase, and you'll feel like you're traveling across continents in minutes. Yet somehow, each country blends seamlessly into the next. How? Through architectural camouflage, a masterclass in transition design. The Imagineers use trees, bridges, and color gradients to hide the clash between radically different styles, like Morocco's desert tones and France's pastel rooftops. Look closely between those two pavilions. There's a cleverly placed line of neutral buildings, not quite Moroccan, not quite French, that act as visual translators. Even the rooftops align in descending heights to make the skyline flow naturally. Lighting helps too. At sunset, soft amber fixtures cast a unifying glow, tricking your perception of materials. Suddenly, plaster feels like stone, and wood looks like marble. Ever wondered why Epcot feels so harmonious despite its global mix? That's not luck, that's camouflage. And while your eyes are fooled by structure, your ears are about to fall for Disney's next invisible illusion: sound. Close your eyes in Frontierland, and you'll still know exactly where you are. That's not instinct, that's sound design. Disney engineers craft invisible borders using soundscapes that fade in and out like dissolves in a movie. Birds chirp in Adventureland, banjos echo near the rivers, and suddenly, without realizing, you've crossed entire worlds guided only by your ears. Every land has its own invisible soundtrack loop, tuned to frequencies that mask the noises from neighboring areas. The goal isn't to add noise, but to hide it. When the flute melodies of Asia and Animal Kingdom overlap gently with the distant drums of Africa, your brain smooths the transition, keeping the illusion of immersion alive. Try this. Next time you're in Epcot, stand between Mexico and Norway, close your eyes, and just listen. You'll feel the world shift around you without a single step. And if sound can guide emotions, imagine what happens when water, light, and smoke start playing tricks on your senses. Disney's Imagineers are part artist, part scientist, and nowhere is that clearer than in their elemental illusions. Water, light, and smoke are blended to create effects so convincing that guests swear they're supernatural. Think of Pirates of the Caribbean, where mist transforms into ghostly faces using laser projection. Your eyes see vapor, but your brain sees a spirit. That's precision engineering disguised as magic. Even the rivers of America glisten with carefully calibrated ripples. The water is tinted with a special biodegradable dye that reflects light just enough to make it shimmer like liquid silver during sunset shows. And those glowing fireflies near Splash Mountain? They're nothing but LEDs hidden inside mist nozzles. The real secret is layering. Every illusion uses multiple physical and digital elements in sync. That's why you can't tell where technology ends and storytelling begins. But what if I told you there's an illusion that hides in plain sight? One most visitors never even realize they've seen. Most Disney guests miss one of the most brilliant tricks ever built, and it's right above their heads. Next time you're walking through Magic Kingdom, look closely at the second-story windows on Main Street, USA. They're not just decorative. Each window honors a real Imagineer, but their positioning and font size also serve a sneaky optical purpose. They compress the street's vertical space, tricking your eyes into believing the buildings are 3 stories tall when they're not. During the afternoon parade, the sun hits those upper windows at just the right angle, reflecting light downward like spotlights. It subtly draws your attention to the performers, a natural crowd control tool disguised as nostalgia. Few guests ever connect the dots, assuming it's all charm. But that's the point. The illusion hides inside emotion. The architecture makes you feel wonder before you even realize why. And if those details make you look up, the next ones will make you look everywhere at once. 2 illusions that work in perfect harmony. Let's speed things up with 2 illusions that keep the magic alive even when the sun and your patience are fading. First, color temperature illusion. Disney adjusts lighting tones across the park to mimic the natural warmth of sunset all day long. In Fantasyland, the lamps lean golden, while Tomorrowland glows bluish-white. fooling your brain into feeling old-fashioned or futuristic through color alone. Try snapping photos at noon. They'll still look like late afternoon magic hour. Next, texture deception. Many stone walls in the parks are actually fiberglass panels, etched and painted with microscopic shading. They reflect light just like real rock, but weigh a fraction of it. That's why massive structures like Expedition Everest can look ancient, yet stand safely on steel frames. Cool, right? And if you're into practical park hacks, stick around. The next illusions will show you tricks you can actually use on your next Disney visit. Let's zoom into 2 fan-favorite illusions hiding in everyday details. First up, the castle's disappearing spire. From the hub, Cinderella Castle's tallest turret looks perfectly symmetrical, but moves slightly to the left, and the perspective warps. That's intentional. The upper spire is offset a few degrees to align with your main sightline from Main Street, creating flawless symmetry in every photo. It's Imagineering geometry turned Instagram magic. Next, the ambient scent illusion. Ever caught a whiff of popcorn or vanilla just as you entered Main Street? That's the Smellitzer, a system that pumps themed scents into the air through hidden vents. It isn't about selling food. It's about memory engineering. Studies show scent triggers nostalgia faster than sight, locking your first Disney moment deep in your brain. Here's a fun challenge. Try taking a castle photo from a wrong angle. It still looks perfect. And that smell of baked cookies? It's your childhood, scientifically manufactured. But what if I told you there's an illusion so massive it extends beyond the park's borders? Every night, Disney's skies explode with color. But here's the shocker. Most of those fireworks aren't actually over the park. The spectacular bursts you see behind Cinderella Castle are launched from pads nearly a mile away. The Imagineers calculated perfect sight lines, angles, and timing, so your brain aligns distant fireworks with the castle's silhouette. It's the ultimate macro illusion, designed for emotional precision. Even the audio is delayed by milliseconds, so the booms reach your ears in sync with what your eyes see. The result? Your body feels like it's standing beneath a sky that belongs entirely to Disney. In reality, it's a perfectly engineered mirage of sound, light, and perspective, one that keeps the magic alive without breaking local city noise laws. Next time you watch the show, try noticing how the reflections on the castle match the explosions, even though they're happening far behind it. That's storytelling on a geographic scale. And yet, the biggest illusion of all isn't about sightlines or fireworks. It's about emotion itself. The final Disney illusions aren't about color or sound, they're about emotion. The 12th illusion is perceived perfection. Every crack, scratch, and crooked sign you see in the parks? Planned. Imagineers call it designed imperfection. It convinces your brain that you're in a living, breathing world, not a movie set. That slight wear on the Haunted Mansion gates? Painted by hand. Those chipped stones in Frontierland? Fiberglass, aged with layers of storytelling. And then comes the 13th illusion, the disappearing reality. When night falls and lights dim, architectural edges fade, the sound softens, and for a moment, you stop seeing the park at all. You see only magic. That's the illusion Disney protects most fiercely. The one where disbelief doesn't need to be suspended because your senses already surrendered. Once you've seen the unseen, it's impossible to unsee it. So next time you visit, look twice. And leave a comment with the secret code I see the magic to prove you're part of the illusion. Because the greatest trick Disney ever pulled was convincing us that wonder is real.